Hello everybody, welcome back to another Quickster Games video, and today I am going to be starting a new series on C++, and this series is for all of you that do not know anything about coding and want to just get started. And if you learn C++, I'm telling you right now, you're probably learning like every language, because every language is built off of basically what C++ is. So every modern language anyways. So this is going to be very rewarding for you learning this language, and the first video I wanted to make on this is just taking a look at it with no knowledge at all. And to give you some context, this is a calculator program, and it's a very simplified version of a calculator so that you can understand it better. But if you just look at it, you might see some familiar things that you might know from just a normal person's standpoint with no coding knowledge at all. So let's look at the first things you might have noticed. There's these mathematics symbols. You can see there's the plus icon, there's the minus icon, there's the multiply, and the divide symbol. And I won't tell you why they're here and everything. You might be able to already tell, actually. If you have very, very minimal coding experience, like if you actually like kind of know it, then you should be able to tell what these are doing. But you can see everything's colored. Okay, I am using a very, very special program called an IDE. And IDEs are these very, very special programs that it's basically like a text editor, but so much more, and it's just built for programmers. It's not just your average notepad. It's an actual full-blown coding program, and many, many people do code in programs like Notepad and stuff like that. But I think the most basic way to get started is through something like this, an IDE, so you can see what's going on, because the coloring and coding makes it so much easier to understand what it is doing. So you might see a lot of these blue words, these pink words, a green word, and these other green words, and then a light blue word. Lots and lots of colored words. Here's a yellow one. All these are yellow. So I just want to give you some context to what's going on. So I want you to guess what the main function is actually doing. What is, you might be like, what is a function? But what do you think this is doing? What do you think int main is doing? Now, basically, I'll give you some time, so pause the video if you want to figure it out yourself, but I'll tell you what it is right now. Every single C++ program has a main function, and main functions, basically anything that is run inside the main function is run in your program. You can't have a C++ program without a main function, because there'd be nothing run. You have to have a main function, and anything inside the main function is going to be called. So you might be like, why is there these indentations? Why is everything indented, like space? And that's mainly for readability purposes. I know in different languages, indentations could actually be part of coding, but your indentations can be different. But I think I wrote it in pretty much the standard way that everyone does it. I mean, everyone does it with a tab. So basically, if you're back here, press tab, and boom, you're here. So this is pretty much the way everyone codes. If you have a job in coding and you code like you make your entire program with no indentations, it's just gonna look really, really weird and unreadable. So this is just the standard. Your indentations do not matter in C++, but we'll get into that. This is getting a little advanced for you guys, but the first video of this series was just mainly show you what a program in C++ looks like. So, and it's very, very basic actually when you like think of it from a human standpoint. You're checking if something, like your input, is multiplication. If it's multiplication, then you execute this code. If it's not, but it is, if it's not multiplication, but it is division, then execute this. If this isn't division or multiplication, but it is addition, then execute this, and then so on, and then if it's none of those, then do this code. It's very, if-else statements are very, very basic, probably the most basic concept in programming. But yeah, I don't want to overwhelm you. This is just how code looks like. Just to give you familiar if you don't know at all what code looks like. So, I hope in the next video we'll be able to start programming and understand these concepts more and understand what's actually going on. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.